Hey guys, gwyned here. I am playing in the Hipsters of the Coast Standard Pauper event, and this is week one, and we are off. Finally got together with my opponent, and taking a look here at my opener. This looks good. I will keep. My opponent won the dice roll and chose to play first. It looks like he is mulling down to 6. And let's see if he keeps his 6. He does. Alright, he's going first. I am playing the Is It Clops deck using the Nivik Cyclops and a bunch of instants to power through it. So I really like this deck. It has the ability to win out of nowhere. So we'll see if that's good enough to match up with what he's playing. And as far as Guildgate, not a lot that's blue-white right now. My suspicion is that it is a Flickergate, but we will find out. So I'll play my own gate and see what he wants to do. But yeah, with I don't know a lot of decks that are playing white-blue right now. Huh? An early play, maybe not. A Loyal Cathar, so kind of some kind of mix of blue and white. Interesting. So a white weenie splashing blue, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of an interesting. Haven't seen this yet. Let's see here. Don't really want to Searing Spear the Loyal Cathar if I don't have to, at least not yet. If I'm going to do it, I'd rather get some value out of my Cyclops, so we will just drop a mountain. And I'll pass the turn back into my opponent's turn. I will probably think twice. I don't know, we'll see. The Scroll Thief would be pretty good against the Loyal Cathar, so I may just wait to be nice to draw another land, but I got time for that. Let's see if he does anything else here. Drops me down to 18. See if he has another land. It looks like he doesn't. As a War Falcon. Alright, well that definitely is going to need to die. So when this dies, it becomes a zombie soldier. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Even if I kill that, it still lives. You know, I'm tempted here. I'm just going to go ahead and kill that War Falcon right now. He could have a Dispel here. He does not. Okay. Normally there I would wait for get the Cyclops online, but the War Falcon can just be such a pain. I would much rather just go ahead and take it off the board now. Go ahead and play out my Cyclops, see what my opponent wants to do. Missed a land drop, so that could be good for me. I will definitely think twice here if I get a chance. Nice that I have 3 out of my 4 Searing Spears in hand here. So let's see what my opponent wants to do. Obviously there's lots of options here. It could easily have a Pacifism. Less likely would be an Unsummon or a Disperse for the Cyclops. Or more than likely just has another creature. If he attacks in, there are some pump spells. There's a +2/+0 that would allow him to hit to kill off the Cyclops. Not a lot else that's played in White Weenie, but if he attacks, I probably will let it go. Oh, he's just got an Arrestor. Alright, well, fair enough. So he'll hit in for 2 here. Not great for me, but certainly not the worst. So here I think go ahead and play the land. Question is, do I want to play the Scroll Thief? I think I'd rather leave my options open. Obviously not doing anything with that since I can't attack or block. So we'll just pass the turn back here. I could play the Scroll Thief, but I've got so much else that I could do. I think I'll wait and see if I want to do something different here. So let's see what he's got now. So it looks like White Weenie just with a blue splash of some sort. Could be splashing for negate, could be for card draw, could be for a lot of different things, but let's see what he decides to do here. Would really like to find a Artful Dodge. That would really be nice here. Let me get past his guys, but I think we're doing all right. If he does attack, I will go ahead and probably burn off the Think twice, depending on what he does. He's thinking about something. Just going to go ahead and attack. All right. He's going to leave the Azorius Arrestor back, because I would kill it. Which means he probably doesn't have a trick. If he swings in with both, I might be more cautious, but I think here I will just go ahead and play the Think twice. especially with Searing Spear in hand. If he has a trick, I'll be able to counter it. So we'll block here. Happy to make a free trade. And looks like he didn't have anything, so that's good for me. Happy to do that. Obviously he'll get it back, but it'll be unable to block. Let's see what he's got as a follow-up. Court Street Denizen that lets him tap my guy. That's not superb, but it should be fine. Oh, and he gets to tap it. This is not a white creature. Oh, it actually counts as a white creature. That's fascinating. I would not have thought that, but I guess it makes sense. Okay, so here we'll play the Guildgate. This Court Street Denizen's going to get really annoying. I think I'm happy just to go ahead and Searing Spirit. And again, it activates my Cyclops, which is really good for me. Get that off, and then we'll swing in with the Cyclops. I'm guessing he won't block, in which case I'm going to go ahead and think twice as well here, just so I can go ahead and maximize my damage. I already played a land, so it shouldn't matter here. I got an Essence Scatter. That's not great in this situation, but it's fine. So we'll hit for 7. That was a nice little hit, keeping me in the game. He'll probably just hit back for 4 here, and then depending on what he plays, I may be able to Searing Spear again. It'd be nice if I had the mana open. If I'd known I was going to draw that, I might have done that a little differently, but it would have incentivized him to block had I showed it. So you win some, you lose some. If he's got the Angel here, I'm hurting. I'm really hoping he doesn't have the Angel this turn. Although if he does, I suppose I can still just swing in with the Cyclops. So he's gonna hold back the Arrestor. That's fine. Dropping me to 14, presumably. Yep. And let's see if he has a follow-up play here. If it is the Angel, I'm thinking it's the Angel. It is the Angel. The nice thing is I can still attack in and get rid of this, and it forces him to block. I think I'm okay with that. Oh, I get an Artful Dodge. That may just be game. So I hit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I can cast this twice. Yeah, that's just game. I think that's how it works. We'll find out here in a second. Yep, that is how that works. And hit for 10, and that's all she wrote. All right. So that was nice. Like I said in my article, this thing can just win out of nowhere. I really like that. So let's see. The Scarecrow is an interesting thought against him. Paralyzing Grasp would also be a nice feature. I definitely want one of the Paralyzing Grasps. White Weenie does tend to play some flyers. I don't know how many he's playing, so I'm a little hesitant to bring this in. Though it is really good against flyers. And so if he's running more than 1 or 2, I definitely would want it in. I don't think I want the Dispels. I doubt he's playing a lot of instant speed stuff, and the Negate should be fine there. So that gives me room for a single Scarecrow. I wouldn't mind having one more. Let's see here. Think Twice is real good. Artful Dodge is really going to be good against him. Essence Scatter is another way of dealing with the Angel if I can get it up in time. Scroll Thief is not going to be great here, but with the Artful Dodge it is capable of getting in and getting some points in. But I think I will take out one more Scroll Thief and just keep in one of the Scarecrows. Alright, so we will try this for game 2. Alright, so got game 1 behind me, and just need to win one of the next 2 to come away this week with a victory. So really like this deck. I've been practicing with it a lot. I've always been a fan of red and blue. It's just a great color combination. Really, I love it. Probably my preference is actually Grixis, but looking at this deck, there's not really a good reason to run the black. It just would make the mana considerations that much harder, and as if you've talked to me, you know that I have enough trouble keeping my mana straight without having to add in a third color, and yeah, it would just get messy. So I've really streamlined this deck. It's, basically isn't playing anything that requires more than 1 mana color. just so, again, because of the mana issues that I seem like I always have. So I've managed to try to streamline as much as possible, playing probably more than I could. I see people running this as a deck who are playing, 20 lands, 19 lands, and I'm always amazed at that. If I played 20 lands, I'd never draw a single one. It would just be insane. So I'm running 22 right now, which is probably about right. It still feels like it's pushing it a little bit. I ran it for a while with 23, and after playing several people, they really said I should take it down to 22. So I did. I'm not sure what's going on here with my opponent. It seems to be having some problems. I see. He lost connection to the game. So this gives me a little bit of chance to talk more about the deck. Basically, let me see if I can pull it up. It'll make it a little easier to talk about here. Let me pull this up for you. Is it Klops, as I call it? All right. Whoops, not that one. So basically what this deck is trying to do, you've got four Delvers, 4 Frostburn Weirds, 3 of the Scroll Thief, and then I'm also running, of course, 4 of the Klops, and then 2 of these Sea Kites. I found these have been really good. This deck holds mana open a lot, and it's nice sometimes just to have this as an option, and giving me, one more thing against Flyers is also really nice. This is the perfect deck for Delver, simply because it's playing so many spells that your odds of flipping the Delver are probably higher in this deck than any other. Of course, it's not a guarantee because, of course, you're running lands, and so that that means about one of 3 of your draws is always going to end up being a land. All right, still waiting here. So. Obviously, the quickest way for this deck to win, you drop a turn 3 Cyclops. Cast Artful Dodge on it, do that twice, have a Searing Spear. I mean, very similar to what I did round 1, and you can really just get in really, really quickly and do a whole bunch of damage out of nowhere. Frostburn Weird is definitely a MVP in this deck, simply because it's able to hold back any real aggressive starts. It's just a 1/4 for 2 mana. It's just so good, and then the fact that you can basically change the power and toughness at will to be whatever combination you need. In a pinch, this can even get in for quite a bit of damage. One of the things that I added, and usually you don't see this, is Scroll Thief in this deck, but the Artful Dodge combined with Scroll Thief is also a really nice combo. Allows you to get in some extra points of damage. More importantly, you're actually able to draw cards off the Scroll Thief, which is something you don't normally do in Standard Pauper. So that's been good as well. Let's see if my opponent's back. He's back. Alright, so taking a look at our opener, this is fine. It's not superb, but anytime you can play a turn 1 Delver, that's hard to argue with. So we are off, and 3 mana is about where I want to be for this deck. And 4 is fine. But I don't really need much more mana than that. So hopefully we'll just get a flipped turn 2 Delver, and we'll be off to the races. I'm amazed. That is probably the hardest opening to beat in any Pauper format. I don't care what kind of Pauper you're playing. If you have a turn 2 Delver, you're just in really good shape. So let's see what my opponent has here to start off with. So he is playing quite a bit of blue, apparently. Not only is he playing the Guild Gates, but has a island as well. So let's see what he starts off here. Just got an Arrestor. All right. I wonder if I assume that still works even if it flips, which it's not going to do anyway, so the world will never know. Here, I think I will just go ahead and drop a Frostburn. I could get another Delver in play, but there's no real reason to do that. Pass turn back. If he attacks, he won't attack with the Arrestor because I can always just Frostburn Weird it, so that would be a mistake. So I'm still not sure what the blue is for. Maybe we'll find out this game. So let's see now. He's at 3 mana, what he wants to do here. White Weenie tends to be so aggressive, and that's, again, one of these situations where the Frostburn Weirds really shine. If he has another Arrestor here, has a Falcon, okay, and I don't have any burn, so that is going to be unfortunate. Hopefully I will draw a burn spell here. I do not, but I do draw the Artful Dodge, which turns on the Delver, which is really nice. If he wants to trade here, I am probably fine with that. Yeah, I think I can swing in here with both. I am happy to trade off the Aberration for his War Falcon. If I had removal in hand, obviously it would be a very different story, but I don't. So I assume he'll just snap trade there. If he doesn't, well, we'll just see what he does here. If he doesn't, I will probably means that he's maybe he has an enchantment for it. I would think you just want to trade off because this Delver is going to do so much more damage over time. So he is going to go ahead and trade that off. Obviously not going to make that attack. I'm going to drop a Delver and another Frostburn, so I don't want to tap into my mana right now. Or did I have a mana to play? Okay, yeah, I didn't think I did, but suddenly I wasn't sure. So we'll play the Delver. Does he have a Essence Scatter here? That would be a odd thing for this build, but if he does, I'm happy with that. Oh, he does have Essence Scatter. Interesting. Well, that's good to know. But second Frostburn Weird is perfectly fine here. Alright, so got my opponent down to 3 cards, 4 up to 4 again, but I'm feeling alright about this. Does have another land, which could be unfortunate. Could have the Seraph here, which is definitely not what I want to see. Next turn could do a lot of different things. Could get back Delver, could... Yeah, that's an option to or just pump up these Frostburn Weirds and get in for a bunch of damage. Even the Seraph technically can't, the Frostburn Weird will trade with them, so I'm not as worried about her with this particular build. Let's see what he's got here. 3 mana. Could be a lot of things. Could be the Court Street Denizen, could be either the 2/3 flyers, could be an Attendant Knight. Alright, so Attendant Knight. Alright, so that's not really a great draw there. Question is, if I get in with these, I think I can attack with one of them. So let's just see what he does. Could have Unsummon in hand. I doubt it, but he could. We'll go and swing in with this, see if he wants to block. He could block with a Soldier. Obviously he's not blocking with the Attendant Knight. Let's see what he's thinking here. If he doesn't block, I'll go ahead and pump it once. No, actually I probably won't pump it at all. Play the Haunted Fingraph and then get my Delver back. But we'll see here. He's obviously got a decision to make. Okay, so he's not going to do anything. He's not going to hit it. So I think I will just play the Fingraph. Yeah. And pass the turn back. I've got enough mana that I would be happy to sacrifice this if that's what it takes. But I definitely want to leave the mana open right now, because if I don't, he could swing in with the Attendant Knight pretty freely. It'd be nice if I had a counter in hand, just so that whatever combat tricks he thinks he has, I wouldn't have to play into them. Let's see what he wants to do here. Could have a Pacifism for the Frostburn Weird, and then he could hit for 5, which would be pretty good for him. It just has a Court Street Denizen, okay? Not as concerned about that. With 1 blue mana, not much he's going to be doing here. So I assume he's not doing anything. I will gladly give up my ability to Fingraph to kill off that Attendant Knight, but yeah, no surprise. It's not something he wants to do. Okay, so 1 blue mana, not much I have to worry about there. It could be Dispel, I think is the only thing you can play for 1 blue mana that I'd be worried about. I mean, there's several other cards that do something, but not anything I'm really that worried about. We'll go ahead and get the Delver back. Alright, and a Scroll Thief too. That's actually pretty good against him. Can block on just about everything he has, and I can start using the Artful Dodge as well. So we will do that. Obviously he can tap a guy here, but he's only got 2 cards in hand, so I'm not too terribly worried about him tapping down all my creatures. Obviously if he just taps down the 2 Frostburn Weirds, that's pretty good for him. Would love to see him play a land here, but I'm not too optimistic that that's going to happen. These decks tend not to play a lot of land, which is part of the reason why I think the white weenie deck typically is only 1 color and is indeed white weenie, because it allows you to play fewer lands, especially if you're running the white Vigilance guy, whose name's suddenly the Loyal Cathar. Having blue mana in your deck can really keep you from playing that on turn 2, which can definitely be a detriment. So let's see what my opponent wants to do here. I'm guessing he'll play a white creature and tap down one of my Frostburn Weirds. That would be the play that would make the most sense. If he attacks with the Attendant Knight, I'm likely just to let it get in, simply because doing otherwise would... unless he plays out all his mana. Okay, so he just has another Attendant Knight. Oh, so he'll be able to tap down 2. That's pretty good for him. The Attendant Knight plus the Court Street is a nice little combo. It's be interesting to see if he decides to go and get in or not. So pretty good for him. For one white mana, I don't think there's a trick after. Oh, but he has two of them. Oh, but he's going to go ahead and play it out. Oh, and he has a Loyal Cathar too, just dumping his hand. So this is going to be tough. So he can hit me for 2, 4, 6. If he attacks with this Azorius guy, I will definitely trade off my Delver for that. That's kind of a no-brainer. So you can attack with a soldier too. You might as well. Surprised he's not attacking with the Attendant Knight. I mean, I'm tapped out. He really doesn't have anything to lose. But he leaves the Attendant Knight back. Interesting. Guess he's worried about blocking. But I will save myself the 2 damage and trade off that Delver again. Alright, and I draw another Frostburn Weird, which is gravy. Alright, so we're going to go on Artful Dodge up the Scroll Thief. Start getting some card advantage out of that. Drop him to 17. Maybe I'll draw a burn spell. A Cyclops. Cyclops is actually pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and drop that as well. And if I need to, though I would hate to burn the Artful Dodge, I actually could burn it to turn this guy into a 4/4 should I think that that's the right play. So as I got one card in hand, if it's a creature, he'll play it before combat. So if he doesn't play something, I suspect that he's got a card trick. Granted, I don't know what tricks he's playing because I haven't really seen anything yet. So he doesn't even attack. Alright. So I think here, I think I'd rather have the card than the 4 damage at this point. So for the moment, I'm just going to do this. Because with the 2 Attendant Knights, he can just block this, and so there's no real reason to attack it. Those Attendant Knights are very strong on offense. Or, on defense. Simply because they can work together to do all kinds of stuff. So we'll take another card off the Scroll Thief and see what we come up with. An island is really not what we want here, but we'll go ahead and play this out. It is going to be tough for him to get through me at least, which is nice. Buy me a little bit of time, hopefully be able to hold the ground here. But definitely stalling out a little bit. Haven't seen a single burn spell yet, so hopefully I will find one here pretty quick. That'll really, if I can find one, really allow me to get in for quite a bit of damage. A Think Twice would be great too. So let's see what he's got here. I'm really hoping I don't see Miss Seraph. Though that looks like that's what that is. So that's unfortunate. The Seraph is really going to be able to do quite a bit of damage against me right now. So now I really need my Thunderbolts. So he'll tap down my Nivix guy, but that's no big deal. Guessing no attacks here. So his only real attack is the Seraph. The negate is not what I need. Still can't attack in because of these Attendant Knights. Yeah, he's pretty much got me held off here. So he's going to be able to start hitting me with that Seraph, which is really going to hurt. I really got to hope I draw into something here. Skyjack, okay. That's going to hurt too. That's the only problem with this deck, is it has a tendency like this to oh, he didn't even attack with it. Well, that was nice. Ugh, another Cyclops is really not what I need. The good news is he has to attack with one other one to activate that Battalion, so probably won't be able to do that yet. He could definitely attack with the Seraph, which he should have done last time, honestly. Which he's going to go ahead and do now. He's got to attack with one other guy here, though. Okay, sure. So we'll go ahead and eat that. But I am taking 5 in the air, which is going to kill me pretty quick if I can't find a removal spell. Let's see what else he's got here. Nothing. Ugh. And more lands. So this turn he hits me down to 7. Jumps up to 18. Just really need something other than a land. Another Denizen, which is really bad news. Yeah, probably not winning this game at this point. Even if I kill off the Seraph, I'm just in such bad shape. that I just don't see it happening. But we'll see. If I draw a Thunderbolt followed by a, oh gosh, negate is probably shouldn't even be left in the deck. It certainly can be nice against his combat tricks, assuming he has them, but golly. So now I think he can just swing in for everything with everything? No, he's not going to do that yet. But he's got to give me something else. Assume he'll just give me the Loyal Cathar. So I'll get to kill something here, but I'm definitely in real trouble at that point. So we'll block with a Frostburn Weird, but it's definitely looking bad for the home team. Even Paralyzing Grasp won't save me now. In fact, I don't know if anything will save me. I still think it's funny that counts as a white creature. Another Cyclops. Alright, well, that was not fun. Definitely just needed any burn spell and never came up with one. So we will go back to sideboarding and hopefully can find a better answer. Scarecrow seems like it's definitely worth bringing in. I'm going to take out the negates. I know he may have combat tricks, but I just don't think that's really what I want. I'm going to bring in another Paralyzing Grasp. He has so many creatures. Not a lot of one-powered guys, so I don't think I want Electricity. Not going to bring the fourth Scroll Thief in. Disperse is possible, but probably not very good. Yeah, okay. So this is definitely the way I want to be sideboarded. So excuse me just a second. Complaining about not drawing the burn spell. But, you know, that's alright. Yeah, I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus I had the Paralyzing Grasp, 9. I mean, I had lots of options to find one. I just couldn't find one. Hopefully this time I have a little bit of better luck. I do get to play first, which is nice. I mean, the Scarecrow is nice, but I just don't think I can keep that. Here we go. We're going to mull to nothing here. So sad, and my opponent didn't have to mull. I mean, I'm keeping that, but gosh, it's bad. Well, started off strong, but luck is not with me today. So I will do the best that I can here, but it's not looking good. And no doubt I'll draw a land here. Well, it wasn't a land. I will happily trade off my Delver for his Falcon if that's what he wants to do. He does not. I'll take 2 here. And I could very easily just be dead. And I draw another land. Yeah, not too happy about my odds here. My opponent's not doing a lot, but I'm just doing nothing. If I can draw an instant here, I might have a chance. A Think Twice would really be great. Is he going to swing in with the Doom Traveler? I doubt that point will be significant, but I'm going to just let it go for now. See what else he's got here. Another Falcon? No. A Loyal Cathar. Okay. At least the Cyclops can block that all day. How about an instant? Please? Pretty please? No instant. Of course not. Just a Scroll Thief. Well, the good news is he will have to be careful here, but being down, I mean, I've got one land in hand, he still has 4 cards in hand. It's pretty obscene. I mean, I'm just dead here. I mean, there are certainly ways in which I could win this game, but gosh, they are just few and far between at this point. So that's a very aggressive attack. Still don't think I want to kill the Doom Traveler yet. Okay, so he didn't have a trick. That's good. If he plays the Seraph here, I'm just dead. Alright, another Falcon. Almost as bad. Maybe I can flip the Delver. Didn't flip the Delver, but that's not terrible. We'll just pass the turn back for now. Should be able to get him this time, which will be nice. Probably won't be enough, but it might be. So this time I will definitely block the Doom Traveler. Go ahead and play out the Sea Kite. If he has Essence Scatter here, I will cry. Yay, don't have to cry. So that will help. I only take 2 here, dropping me to 10. Hopefully he doesn't have a combat trick here. Oh, he does. Oh. Deputy. Interesting. So what's he going to do with that? He's just going to return his Falcon. Okay. Well, guess that's why he's playing white. So he can still come back and hit for quite a bit here. Just a 2/2 for 2 now. It's definitely a good deck. What's he got? Another Cathar. Flip. No. No flips. Really needed that flip. Although the good news is he didn't hit the, I probably would have dropped the Falcon simply because I couldn't block it. This time I can block the Falcon. He can play it, but he can't do anything with it. And all his ground guys can't really go anywhere. So that's nice at least. I'm buying myself a little bit of time. If I can find a burn spell, I might almost be stable here. He has a hard time attacking. Based on the way he's played so far, I don't think he will attack. But he might. The fact that he hasn't drawn a land is pretty sad for me. It means he's got 4 good cards in hand. Of course, one of them's a Falcon, and I don't know the other 3. But that Spirit isn't doing a whole lot here. Could have a Pacifism, which would be pretty bad. Could have the Seraph Angel, or I'm sorry, the Seraph of Dawn, which would be pretty bad. This is what it looks like this is. It is the Seraph. Alright. So now I really need one of my spells. Nice that he didn't attack. Happy that that flipped. That gives me some legs. I'm going to go ahead and play this. With the right combination of cards I could get in. Okay, a Brimstone Volley. What does that? Probably just need to hold on to that. Doesn't have his guy, so I can punch in here with the Cyclops. Which he has to respect. He probably will just let it through, but he might block. I would love for him to block. I doubt he will, but he might. It's enough of a threat. He's still at 19, so I'd be surprised. I think it would be a mistake, but I would love for him to block. I mean, he could double Loyal Cathar, which is pretty good for him. You could Deputy. He's just going to block with a Deputy. Oh, that is happy day. I might be back in this. So that lets me take out the Seraph. Goodbye, Seraph. Now we're cooking. All right. We are back in business, boys. I mean, he's still got 4 cards in hand. He's going to drop a Falcon this turn, but whew, that was a nice series for me. That was definitely a nice series. So on my turn again, I can think twice. Turn on the Cyclops again, and we'll go from there. He probably should have double Loyal Cathar blocked it. That probably was a better option for him, I would have thought. Obviously, I'm not complaining, though. So let's see what he wants to do here. I mean, I still have definitely not won this. It's still anybody's game. He could drop another Seraph. Oh, another Seraph. That's sad face. And I draw a Scroll Thief. Well, we're going to go ahead and think twice here. Could draw a land, but I could also draw a burn spell. Thunderbolt here would be excellent. Would kill for a Thunderbolt. Another think twice, which isn't terrible. Means again I can swing in with this. I'm guessing he won't block this time. But if he doesn't, he's going to take 7. Okay, so he's just going to let that die. I think I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to pass the turn back for now. I doubt I'll think twice here, but there could be a situation in which I would. If he does attack with a Seraph, I will definitely make that double block if he gives me the option. Court Street Denizen I can live with. So he's going to tap down, so he's got a War Falcon. Oh, of course he has the War Falcon. So he's going to tap down one of my flyers, and that lets him get in. I mean, I guess that's fine. Of course, he has to wonder if I have the... he's brave. He's just going in there. I mean, I won't have any ability to get rid of the Seraph if I block here. But if I don't, I take 4. I think I have to block. And hope I just draw something to deal with the Seraph. The fact that he hasn't drawn any lands is just killer. We'll think twice. I really need a burn spell here. Really need a burn spell here. And I got one. Which I don't, but I don't want to spill it too quickly. Guessing he won't block here. And again, it represents 7 damage. Okay, so he's not. So I'm going to wait as well. Think twice has definitely helped get me back in the game. So I will gladly trade the Nephalia Sea Kite. I don't know, maybe I block the Falcon this time, though he probably won't attack with it. Doom Traveler's fine. Oh, but he can... oh, I forgot. That's really bad for me. Oh, he's doing that on the Scroll Thief. Okay. He's going to try an Alpha here. If this is a Tended Knight, okay, yeah, I may just be dead, actually. So he can tap down everything, then attack with everything and kill me. So he attacks for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I'm still just dead. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I mean, I assume he attacks with everything, but I guess I'll wait and make him do it. Yeah, the fact that he didn't draw any lands was definitely my, yeah. That sucks. Guess I shouldn't have attacked in. But I didn't think about the fact that he'd be able to do that. And hits me for lethal. Darn. My next card was... oh, I can't even cast that. Darn. Well, so it goes. Thanks for watching. In closing, let me remind you, you can keep up with all my writings and articles by following me on Twitter at the username gwyned42. That's GWYNED and the number 42. I also regularly publish articles over at puremtgo.com. Search for me by the username gwyned on that site, or find the link in the description of this video. I also maintain a blog now at writeradept.blogspot.com, and you can also find that in the description. Finally, if you enjoyed these videos, please remember to subscribe to my channel and post any feedback or comments. Thanks for watching.